Hi guys, welcome to the Cooks Pantry. Now, today I'm taking inspiration from our local Chinese takeaway where we grew up in Menai as a kid called the Rice Bowl. Now, if I was ordering this one as a lunchtime special, it'd be the number 58, otherwise known as Mongolian Beef. All right, so this little number, it's a little one-wok-wonder. We're gonna kick it off by browning the beef first. So I'm gonna get this really nice and hot. I'm gonna go in with a good hit of oil. We're gonna do the beef in a couple of batches. You wanna get some nice color on the beef mince. And I know a lot of the time it'll either be finely sliced rump or porterhouse or even eye fillet, anything like that. The reason why I'm using mince today, I'm not gonna say cheap, I don't like using that term. It's inexpensive. This is a cracking budget meal where you can make this up. It's very similar, it's a good old stir fry. Pour that over a big bed of noodles and feed the family, no problem at all. So wok is nice and hot. Gonna give that a generous dose of oil. Split the beef mince in half and we're just gonna rip it up. When you think mince, it doesn't have to be broken down into all those tiny little cells of mince. Keep them nice and chunky. Keep that texture in there. It doesn't have to be, bashed out so it's got no texture to it, all right? Make sure it all gets a bit of contact with the base of the wok. When you're wokking at home, that's what you want to call it, don't take it off and flip it around. You need as much contact with that flame, with that heat as possible. So different in a commercial environment where you've got the jet burner, but at home, try not to get all theatrical with it and start tossing it around. Unfortunately, we have to resort to using tools today. You can see that's already started to color up really nicely. Mix that around, flip it over. So it's almost like you've got little patties in there, but they will get beautiful color, they'll have texture, and they'll hold the sauce really well. And it's not gonna be that mince in your head that you're thinking where, like a bolognese where it's all broken down. We wanna keep chunks, we wanna keep texture. That second batch of beef is done. We've got that beautiful color happening on there. So transfer into our bowl here. All right, so we've got oil back on. We're gonna go with spring onions. It's your stir fry staples, spring onions, garlic, ginger, a little bit of chili, just one bird's eye for a bit of kick. A couple of spring onions sliced up, a couple of cloves of garlic, one bird's eye chili, just for that little bit of warmth. Good chunk of ginger. Just gonna take that bottom half there, peel it up with a knife. Just some battens of ginger. You want, I like to discover those little battens through your stir fry. You get that little pop of that ginger heat. In with our aromatics. So we're just gonna quickly stir fry them, move them around. The oil that you cook the beef off in, just transfer a little bit of that back in. So that's stir frying beautifully in there. Instead of constantly having to add more oil, you can use what you've already got. With our veg, classic, a little angle cut on the carrot. If you're gonna call something a number 58, like your Mongolian beef, you gotta commit to it. I wish I had those little tools that cut the little carrot flowers. I wonder where they get them from. In with our snow peas, back in with the beef. Throw that over the top. Make sure you get all of that juice back into the wok. At this point, I will allow a little flick just to get everything coated back into those flavors and those ingredients. And now I'm gonna do the classic pantry run. When you're making a stir fry, and then you go and you're looking and you go, bit of that, bit of that, bit of that. I just use the Lee Kung Kee. So a couple of tablespoons of oyster, a couple of tablespoons of hoisin. Now there's absolutely no need for an addition of salt in this dish because all these guys have got you covered. Good hit of soy and some sesame oil. So just a couple of teaspoons, a little bit of brown sugar, just to sprinkle. And again, you are allowed to pick it up now. The main reason why we don't pick the wok up and move it around in the beginning, you need extreme heat to get the color on the beef. It smells, when you're sitting in the waiting room, you can smell, you're like, oh yeah, that smells like Mongolian beef. My order's coming up. All right, just drape that over the top. Get all the sauce in there. Nice. So a sprinkle of sesame seeds over the top. And of course, the top part of the spring onion. So just a cut it like the Chinese takeaway, cut it like your Chinese restaurant. On the angle, just like they do it in the old school, sprinkle them over the top. That looks like something out of my nan's 1974 Woman's Weekly Chinese special, but you know what? I'm proud of that.